All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 6, I think, of Attempt 18 and Schedule 1 Permadeath Perma Arrest. Our forever world are finally here. Yeah, hang on. Let me turn down the master volume here. Okay. Yeah, let's hop back in. Our mushroom setup is going pretty damn good. I'm very happy with it. I think that we might have fixed the problem with the chemist. We had to reduce the threshold from 20 down to 1 on the mixers, and I think that pretty much like repaired it and got it working properly. Hopefully, right? Hopefully it's going to be a long-term fix. Anyway, we have to continue receiving phone calls from various customers and selling them Scooby snacks to get them increasingly addicted over time. Sooner or later, every customer is going to be willing to buy the mushrooms, and then we can mainline selling the Scooby snacks forever, right? It's our forever world. A place where we can try out different builds and see what we like more over time. So, Benji is all out. Hang on. Benji's all out of meth. There you go. So they are presently mixing. Yeah, it's operational. Benji's all out of meth, so I want to resupply him with fool's gold. Although I think, right, he's not out of meth. He doesn't need meth. Yeah, there's a big difference. Yeah. Yeah, all the customers from Benji's region, they're pretty much A-okay with weed. We don't need other drugs. Same with Molly. They're all weed happy, right? Behind Handy Hanks. We got an hour to get there, so let's bounce. All right. Well, we can't really do these deals for a hot minute, but that's okay. Maybe I could hunt down some customers. Or we could review. Irene, Kevin, Meg, and Elizabeth. None of them are done. Nice to see Harold calling us, though. Yeah, that is nice. All right. Oh, we haven't even sold to Meg or Elizabeth yet. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, we'll double check them after. Elizabeth is not done. South Overpass. The West Warehouse Wharf is the closest deal. We'll go visit Meg, and then we'll check her in the customer list and see if she's become willing to buy mushrooms from the dealers. We just got to keep on selling it to her until she is. Nope, not yet. Okay, Lisa and Harold. There you go. George Green. Pay him a visit right now. And Greg. Okay. No dice on Lisa. Laundering is going to be done in about 4 hours time. Is Carl done? Does he like our mushrooms? No, he doesn't. Here. Working on it. Okay. I'm gonna do the fucking suburbia deal first. It looks like Eugene is done. He's calling us seeking mushrooms already, so we can swap him out to a dealer. Brad. There you go. There you go, Jackie. Okay, Crimson Canary, and then behind the pawn shop. Let's assign Eugene right now. Beautiful. Jackie. Or wait, yeah, Jennifer. Okay. Chloe. All right. Let's go to the Sauerkraut Pizzeria and try not to get shot dead. Here you go. I'm doing okay, Anna. I'm doing pretty damn good, yeah. The viewership has been ridiculous today. I'm pretty sure I must have got like shadow banned or something for some reason. But I mean, other than that, I'm in good health. I'm a little underslept because I got up at 5:30 this morning because Susie's cousins were extremely loud. Well, just one of them stomping around, right? Stomping around on the floor above us. But, you know, other than that, I'm good. I'm good. Every day above ground is a blessing, even the shitty ones. How are you doing? All right. Scooby Snacks. And we have a little bit of time to check the list of all the customers that we've already sold to before we have to attend our next deals. So George, Greg, Hank, and Jackie. Hank is done. Okay, we can assign Hank. He's suburbia, so he goes to Way Long. So Chloe, Jennifer. Chloe's done. Okay, we'll assign... We can't assign Chloe to Benji, but we can assign her to Molly. There we go. Laundering operations will be done any second, and then we can restart them. All right. Done. You're doing well. You wake up at 3:30 to 4 a.m. every day? Jesus Christ. You know what's really special about our living arrangement? When we try to go to sleep early so that getting woken up in the morning won't matter, they stomp around then too. Yeah, we're in an apartment building, and basically each apartment has like a different section of Susanna's family. Her cousins are upstairs, and her cousin's father, both of their father, he ripped up the floor, replaced the flooring, but he got rid of the padded foam layer between the floorboards that was originally there. So basically he removed the noise mitigating layer when he redid the floor, and now it's just always loud as fuck. I'm literally always battling with chronic sleep deprivation ever since we moved here, just because of that, you know? It's annoying as fuck. And they're not too bright, so it doesn't matter how many times you tell them, they just keep on stomping, you know what I mean? Yeah, we can't go to bed early to get around it because they stomp then too. There's literally just no escape. It's pretty shitty. So it's kind of like a roulette. They don't have to get up that early every morning. So it's a roulette. Like, are they gonna do it today? Are they gonna do it tomorrow? You know, so you never really know what day is gonna be a sleepless day. You just know that one's coming. Yeah, the quality of life hit that we suffered moving to Czech has been enormous. Canada's a rich country, and I kind of took it for granted while I lived there. You can't even find a fucking cotton pillow here, let alone a shirt that isn't made of plastic. All right. We have 2 deals at the Central Canal, which is nice. Easier to attend. Oh, it is what it is, Anna. It is what it is, right? I still keep my chin up most days. Even on the tired days. Today is such a day, but I definitely feel like complaining about it a little bit. Voicing it, making sure that you guys know what happens sometimes. All right, Dean Webster. West Warehouse, Wharf, and Destroyed RV. We'll do the Destroyed RV first. It's right here. And then we'll do the Wharf, followed by Highland Range. Yeah, it's extremely, you know how like Temu gets a lot of flack because apparently most of the microplastics in the environment actually don't come from bottles, but rather washing clothes made of polyester, right? That's where the vast majority of the microplastics in the environment come from, is polyester clothing and washing them. And apparently polyester clothing is also associated with endocrine disruption, because it gets absorbed by human skin with enough abrasion. So it's just, you might have heard the term, what the hell is it called? Fast fashion. Fast fashion is a term coined to describe Temu, their business model, where you can buy like really, really cheap plastic clothing, like fast fashion, right? Czech Republic is, the entire culture is fast fashion. I have a pillow behind me. The pillow case is cotton, but the entirety of the pillow's stuffing is polyester. And the shitty part is, if you want to get a regular cotton pillow, you have to order that shit online for a ridiculous price, which I want to do, but you literally can't go to a store for a for a cotton pillow. They do not have it, which is insane to me. Like, there's not even an option, right? It's really, really shitty. I definitely took it for granted living in a country like Canada where you could always access the quality option, right? Yeah, Czech is, the Czech country as a whole has extremely low standards. It does not take care of its denizens at all. I mean, Canada doesn't in other ways. Canada had the vaccine mandates, and that was tyrannical enough. You know, we fired people who refused vaccination, and Czech didn't do that. So, like, credit where credit is due. But I feel like if I can't even get a cotton pillow, we got a problem, you know? Here you go. Destroyed RV. I don't think we're done with Cranky Frank yet, so we're probably gonna have to get a call from him. Maybe I could just respond to his call in the morning or something. If I go to sleep soon enough. You don't shop from Temu? Well, that's good. Yeah, I've known, you know, I've had family members, primarily female family members, who have all the time. In fact, like, they were practically addicted to it. They thought they were getting a bargain. All right, Baron level 3. Is Cranky Frank assigned? No. Well, I'm gonna have to hunt down Cranky Frank the old-fashioned way and repeatedly give him samples. Yeah. Because I might not be able to receive his call otherwise. Let's do our day-end customer review. So Genghis is done, but I think he's already assigned. Yes, he is. Yeah. Jen, Dennis, Kim, Jeremy. None of them. Start from the bottom. Kathy, Karen, Mac, and Marco. Karen is done. Nice. Now, Mac and Marco. Walter, Melissa, Billy, and Mick. Mick is done. All right, we can assign him to Molly. And then Dean. Dean is done. Assigned to Molly. All right, so we did manage to shed a few of the customers. But I'm gonna have to make sure that I get more Scooby Snacks packaged. I have 3 left. Yeah, we'll sell our spare mushroom to Harold. He's a tough nut to crack. Doesn't call very often, so. All right, let's go package up more product. I'll get 100 baggies. That way we can package up a lot of it, you know? Oh yeah. Well, our supply of Scooby Snacks is definitely growing. I think we had 23 bricks yesterday, so we have 32 now. It's going pretty damn well. I'm gonna put these baggies here, and you're gonna have a route that goes from this shelf to that. Son of a bitch. All right. Well, he's not gonna package all of it, but let's put the mushrooms there. He'll get it, most of it packaged. Afternoon. Yeah, we got time. I can check my other deals for now. So Dean, Irene, and Kevin. Wait, Dean's done. Yeah. Irene and Kevin. None done. Anyway, once he finishes packaging that up, I'm gonna pick up his locker for a second. Bro, he's out of cash? I better check everybody else's wages if that's the case. But this will give me some time to set up the rest of this for bagging. Yeah, unpack that. And then we pay him. All right, here you go, buddy. You get to work now. Yeah, it turns out it's really easy to get customers to buy your... Oh, fuck. I have to unassign him from the brick press for now. Shit. All right. I need to get rid of that route. Yeah, we gotta, like, get rid of his brick press route altogether and just let him package that up for the day. We're good now. There we go. We'll do our West Coast deals first. We're right here. It's going pretty good, Curtis. I'm having a decent day. How are you doing? Mick is done. I know that. All right, you know what? I'm gonna toke up. Yeah. I missed the deal in the West Coast, but we can zip around town pretty fast this way. Hell, I can even jump across this water channel, I think. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's honestly so cool. You can get a little bit of forward glide with the skateboard. So if you're on Moonwalk, bud, you can literally get across from the warehouse over there to the docks over here. It's pretty damn useful, honestly. I'm glad that my phone isn't blowing up nearly as much as it usually does. We've gotten a lot of customers addicted. It's only been a few each day, but it adds up over time, right? Harold is done. We can now assign him. Very nice. Behind the casino. You just woke up from a 4-hour nap, eh? Feeling rejuvenated? All right, so Meg, Elizabeth, and Lisa. None of them are done. Greg, George, Jackie, and Jennifer. Greg, George, Jackie, Jennifer. None of them are done either. All right. Now, I'll bet all those baggies are packaged up. We have to reassign that guy to the brick press so that he can keep outputting other product. Oh shit, he's bagging up the meth? Fuck, I didn't see that coming. Oh, that sucks. Okay, it's the first time it happened though. I can unpack them. Wow, I just completely deleted 20 meth. That's crazy. That's one of the glitches of all time for sure. Can I like... I can't give myself 20 mixed product, which is kind of unfair. We literally just deleted a brick of fool's gold. Yeah, that's pretty fucking rough, buddy. God. Clearly I need a better setup for getting my product bagged up. I could just have another shelf there for the bagging, honestly. That'd be the smart way to do it. All right. Here, you're assigned to that, and you have a route leading from that shelf to it. All right, we're getting a lot of deals for nighttime. I'm gonna want to toke up again. And I gotta try to find Cranky Frank throughout the day. Because if I don't, then we end up in a situation where we just can't sell to him at all. I don't know where Cranky is right now, though. We're gonna have to just not deal with him yet. He might actually be over here by the north waterfront. Or he might be in the bar. He kind of, I think he lingers around here. Yeah. Okay. All I need to do is change the dealer in-game files. What? I don't know. I need more context. Okay. There you go. So, behind the greenhouse, we'll go up this way to get there. Let's schedule this deal. And, yeah, I'm glad I scheduled that, right? Because they're both suburbs customers, and I don't want to have to come back here if I can avoid it. Although we may end up getting a call from Dennis soon anyway. All right. Now we go to the alleyway next to Ham Legal Services. All right. Kim Delaney. Now Mac, Marco, Peggy, and Walter. Mac, Marco, nope. Peggy's done. Okay, so we can assign Peggy to Molly. Carl, Melissa, Billy, and Jeremy. Billy's done. Nice. And Jeremy, nope. So Billy, we can assign him to Jane. Fuck yeah, buddy. It's 2 customers today. We're banging out the list. Doesn't need to happen fast, it just needs to happen. Anyway, there's our call from Dennis. I think he's our last suburbs call for the day. So... yeah, Jeremy was not done. All right. Behind Ray's Realty and behind the Western Gas Mart. Oh, Jen Hurd, Uptown. Oh, Curtis, you were changing the inventory slots of the dealers. Yeah. So what, are you wondering where to do that? I think it was the inventory slots, right? Like, you wanted to know where to change the amount of inventory slots that the dealers had? All right, there we go. All right, day end customer review. Kim, Dennis, and Jen. Jen is finished, right on. Okay, give her to Leo. Yeah, we got a few customers done today, and tomorrow's a new day. And we have plenty of bagged up mushrooms. Let's get some sleep. I mean, it should be the only thing you have to do, yeah. I'm not sure though. Like you have 22 mods installed, right? Like I don't I don't know. I mean, there's the better laundering mod. You might need to go into your user data and change the file for the better laundering or more realistic laundering mod. But what I can do at the very least is I can go take a look at my files. Hang on. I'm going to take a look at my files and tell you what you should change. The backpack mod, you can change the amount of slots in the backpack here, but you might be able to do that with your phone app. You don't need to touch the flashlight or the minimap. Those are fine. You can do those with your phone app. Bread storage tweaks you might have to do here. That's the one that you remember. You have to go to employees and then dealers and then change their inventory, right? More workers, you don't have to do anything. It's just this, more realistic laundering. You're gonna wanna open more realistic laundering and you're gonna wanna set like your launder caps, your laundered time and hours, your laundromat, like, you know, your laundering tax percentage. And then you're going to want to set all the prices for all the properties, the vehicles, the skateboards, the laundering businesses, right? And then you're going to want to go up here and you're going to want to change this to use legit version true. Originally, it's false. You're going to want to change that to true. And then all the prices that you set will be there for every single playthrough.
No.
All right, let's go find Frankie Frank. Where the hell does he even wake up anyway? I think he's over here. Yeah. There you go. All right, Cranky Frank is done. We can assign him to Jane. Now, behind the casino and the graveyard. My backpack settings? This. I didn't change much. I left this the way it was. Hoodlum tier 5, I think. Yeah. Hoodlum tier 5, 6-slot backpack, and police search is false. So I don't want police to be able to search the backpack, and it has 6 storage slots. All right, these guys have nothing else to do. I'm gonna need to bring them another... you know what? Theoretically, I could just stop producing meth, but the meth is the only thing that I have to actually replace the weed with. I need the meth. I need to be able to continue giving dealers meth. Otherwise, we might run out of product before every customer is addicted to mushrooms. Actually, that's not true. I might be able to stop making the meth now. Yeah, because when I think about it, all the customers that are assigned to the dealers are customers that are willing to buy mushrooms. So, yeah, might be able to. And maybe I could convert the bungalow to a mixing setup or something. And just not even fucking mix at the barn. Maybe I could even push it, try to do like an 8-step mix, but we'll see. Oh, we gotta go to the graveyard before I run out of time. Hello, Rain Check. Welcome, buddy. If you're getting an ad every 2 minutes, then it's probably because you're scrolling through the timeline of the stream. The only guarantee I can make is that my streams don't give ads every 2 minutes. They give them every 18 minutes. Okay. Here you go. All right. Where's Meg? She's supposed to be here for a deal, but apparently she's not even like in the world. There she is. All right. Melissa's not done. I'm gonna sell her a mushroom. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start packing up the bungalow. Everything. It should be completely empty of all of its resources, I'd imagine. Except for maybe the weed on the... Let's just check on it. Hang on. All that weed is gone. All that weed is gone. Yeah, looks like it's pretty much done. Let's start packing up. We're gonna turn this into a mixing operation, I think, to help the mushroom production. Well, just in general, this is gonna be a mixing area. Yeah. For any drug, whatever we're testing out at that time. I have to pay whoever is assigned to this bowl cut. We need to pay bowl cut. Bowl cut. And you're just gonna put the weed right here. Bowl cut, what are you doing, buddy? Why aren't you working? You haven't been paid? I just put money in your shit. What are you doing? Oh, maybe you're Brian, eh? Yeah, you're Brian. Okay. All right. We're just gonna get rid of this. Let's get out of here and let's go do all the deals that we have. All right. Let's toke up and get around faster. Okay, the wharf near the French restaurant, right here. Behind the dealership, behind Thrifty Threads, and the shipping. I'll do behind Thrifty Threads first, and then we go to the dealership and then the shipping containers. All right. Matt Cooper. Well, we can't meet up with them yet. Let's review our customer list. So, Jen was last night. We're deleting that. So Irene, Kevin, Meg, and Elizabeth. Elizabeth is done. Nice. Give her to Brad. And then Lisa, Greg, George, and Jackie. Nothing. Jennifer and actually that's it, just Jennifer. Not done. All right, take care for now, Rain Check. We'll see you in a little bit, buddy. All right. Carl and Walter. Let's deposit in our Taco Tickler's warehouse. All right. Behind the greenhouse and behind Handy Hanks, but you know what? We're probably gonna get some other calls, like from Dennis and maybe Jen. So I'm just gonna wait a minute. We're gonna go grab more stuff out of here. And then we're gonna set up a really dope ass mixing operation in this area. All right, we got everything out that needs to be removed. Let's bounce. Anyway, where's Cranky Frank? He's probably at the piss bucket down here. Or wait, what's it called? I'm not really sure what I don't remember what it's called, but he's down here. Yeah. What is it? Bud's Bar, that's it. Oh yeah, Cranky Frank is done. Yeah, we finished him. Okay, we don't have to go out of our way to find him anymore. Good. Let's go visit Carl and Walter. Handy Hanks first, Greenhouse second. And then the south overpass after this. I wonder if we will have finished with any of these customers today, getting them hooked on the mushrooms. Kim Delaney. All right, let's go to Taco Ticklers and deposit our shit. Sorry, Ludwig. I could theoretically invent an 8-step mix for the mushrooms. We could. And just churn out 8 steps all the time. But if we have dual quads set up, then we'll actually stockpile more money faster. Technically, because we'll be using more of our mushroom supply all the time. Although it does call into question whether or not the deliveries could sustain a constant flow of mushrooms. I'm gonna guess probably not. Either way, whatever we decide, it's gonna be totally fine. Yeah, long-term setup. Behind the dealership and under the West Bridge. We'll go under the West Bridge first. It's almost time for our day-end customer review. So, Kathy, Mac, and Marco. Mac is done. Okay, we'll give him to Jane. Walter, Carl, Jeremy, and Kim. Actually, we'll just do Walter, Carl, and Jeremy right now. Walter, Carl, Jeremy, and then Kim and Dennis. Dennis is done. All right, I'll take it. We're making good progress. The dealers are still sitting on a lot of product. They're doing fine. And we could give them mushrooms soon. I might get a call from Jen. I'm not really sure. I don't remember what time she calls. Actually, Jen Hurd is done. Yeah, damn straight. Okay. I need your cash, Brad. You got everything set up, eh? Right on. Have fun, Curtis. Have lots of fun. All right, let's go to sleep. So we have to set up an 8-step mixing operation over at the bungalow. I might need to install that mod that lets me modify my products and like delete products from the product list, you know, so that I can make an 8-step mix Scooby Snack instead. Okay. And I might be able to create a setup where it's constantly mixing, but it would require priming the setup. And I don't really know that it's gonna work. I don't know for sure. I'm just gonna buy 4 more mixers. We're not exactly low on money. Okay. Let's grab what we'll need. Very simple setup, honestly. Just like some racks. Yeah. Huge storage closets, mixing stations, etc. I'm gonna go buy... I'll just get fucking 7 more of these huge storage things. All right, here you go, Irene. Hopefully you like the Scooby Snacks enough to always buy them now. Walter's still calling us. I could try to pay him a visit and see if he'll take one now. Okay. We're gonna meet with Meg in the afternoon. That gives us 2 hours, you know, 7 hours total. Hank Stevenson is done. I know that. We're gonna go visit Jeremy over here. Wait, Meg, you're right there. Are you walking to the deal? Industrious, 2 hours early. Okay. Lisa? I don't know if she's done, but we're gonna sell her one anyway, just in case she's not. Sorry, buddy. All right, fuck this. There we go. Marco. I already know he's not done yet. All right. Okay, so now we go set up the mixing operation and we see what we can do. We can use the warehouse to hold our spare employees. Yeah, I can just send all these guys to the warehouse, except for this guy. We'll keep Brian. We'll need him. So you go to the docks warehouse. You also go there. All right. We now have more room. I think we need 2 chemists and 3 handlers. Sorry, Joyce. Son of a bitch. All right, go ahead. We gotta go visit Manny the Fixer, and we gotta hire new employees for the bungalow. 6 hours and laundering is done. All right. We'll schedule these deals for nighttime while I'm setting things up. I'm gonna kill this cop if he tries to stop me again, because I was just searched. All right, Molly, I need your cash, thank you. Now I can start laundering right as soon as it happens. All right. Well, here we are. You guys are my A team, huh? Damn, I could almost do a round robin right there, but not quite. What if I cram these? I mean, theoretically, yes, but I would also need to have storage in the middle of the room. I don't know how they would walk through here. We're not going to bother cramming it. We'll be all right. Now, apparently the triple setup works pretty good. Like if you go like this, then the chemist repeatedly rotates between all 3 and doesn't really stop working. I've never really confirmed it for myself, but apparently that's the case. And apparently staggering your chemists actually makes the mixing process take longer. You don't want to stagger them. What you want is for a chemist to pick up the product from one mixer, take it to the other, and immediately start the mixing operation. But if you stagger it, then he'll take it over there and then walk back to his station, and then the other one has to walk from the station like all the way to the mixer, right? It's not actually faster to stagger them. I was kind of blown away when I learned that, because I always thought it was faster. Okay, we have our 8-step mix laid out. Or I could invert the direction and maybe send it that way. No, we're good. All right, we got a deal that's about to expire. Jennifer behind the diner. Okay. Yeah, let's head back there and let's set up the storages. We're gonna want to really stockpile a lot of mixing ingredients ahead of time. Essentially, what I want to do is I want to prime the setup. That way, the deliveries won't be required for the mixing to continue. Rather, the deliveries will refill the shelves that are fueling the deliveries. And we might get more consistent mixing that way. Okay, that's a shitload of fucking storage, and I can access each one. So maybe we use that, we could get a whole lot done. What is 60 divided by 8? It's not evenly divisible by 8, I know that. I would need 64 slots in order for it to be. Although if I use those single... The other storage racks have a capacity of 12. I might actually be able to get more storage space if I do the other ones. I'm not? Dude, you gotta stop body searching me, alright? I'm sorry, I didn't want to kill you, but you left me no choice. You're annoying. Alright. Later. Later. Hello there, Dan. Yeah, these ones. 12 slots, right? I'm gonna get 4 of those. Because if I just replace one of those huge storage racks with 2 of the large ones, then we'll have 64 slots and it'll be evenly divisible. All right, car wash, laundromat, post office, taco ticklers. Yeah, like that. So we now have 64 storage slots in here, which means that I can have 8 stacks of each mixing ingredient in here. All right, let's go do these deals. In front of the motel and behind the casino come next. And then we do the central canal leading to the south overpass and the destroyed RV. All right. Thank you, Jane. There you go. All right, we have one more scheduled for right now. Yeah, we're gonna have a really awesome, fully automated 8-step mix. And I'm excited about it. I am. But like I said, we need to prime the mixing setup before we start it. We're going to want to have it primed with the 8-step mix ingredients already ordered, so we can do recurring deliveries. Anyway, so you're going to be assigned to this locker right here, and these 4 mixers. You go there, and you're assigned to these 4. Okay. Now, what is our 8-step mix? I don't quite remember, but I do think I bookmarked it. Google Chrome. All right. Was it this? No, it wasn't. But I can use any 8-step mix. Wait, didn't I take a picture of it? Yeah, right here. Okay. Well, flu medicine. Energy drink. Paracetamol. Followed by gasoline, kook, battery, bean, chili. Gasoline. Kook. Battery. Bean. Chili. Okay. Destination right there. Pass it along every single time. And then this final mixing station is simply going to output it to the motel right here to be bricked up. All right. Now, we need to prepare some routes. And we got to do this real specific. So we need 8 stacks of each mixing ingredient. So we're going to do 8 cans of kook in here. 7, 8. And then we need to change these to another ingredient. Maybe I should actually do it like in order. So we'll do flu medicine first, apply to siblings. And then right here, this is going to be energy drinks times 4. It's going to be a very complex setup, but it should work for a good automated 8-step mix. And then I'm going to need to fill this before I place down the other one. Yeah, that is important. All right. Hang on. I need to go get my van and probably kill the cops that are in the way. It'll really help with filling things up. And let's fill up the van right here. I can have 2 full mixing ingredients in the trunk. So we need 160 energy drinks along with 160 paracetamol. That goes in the trunk, and then I need 160 flu medicine on my belt. All right, let's go. This is going to be a very elaborate automated 8-step mix, so we're going to have to set it up very carefully. And we need to do it step by step. All right, flu medicine first. And we have to prepare a route. There we go. And then that storage to the second one as well. We have the correct filters on there. And you will be our delivery unloader. So I think this one is done. We already have the assigned routes required. And then we put those and the next ingredient. There we go. And then she needs a route going from here to the third, wait, here to the second and to the third mixing station. Okay. Although it just occurred to me that it might be more prudent to do this a little different. Hang on. All right. Okay. Add filter for flu medicine. Yeah, we're gonna put the mixing ingredients near their respective mixers, right? Like there's no good reason not to do that. It'll minimize walking time and make things faster. So okay, now we need this to be paracetamol. the third ingredient. And it's near enough to the third mixer. Four paracetamol has to go in there. Four right here. Okay. And the next ingredient is gasoline. Apply to siblings. We have to change this to paracetamol filters. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. And then right here, this has to be, I believe, kook. I will double check, of course, but I think it's kook, battery, mega bean, and chili. Yep. Anyway, we have to go buy some more ingredients, but let's make sure we're staying on top of these routes. So, route 1 is this to there, also to here, and then this one to there. Wait, hang on. Yeah, this is all of our flu medicine and all of our energy drinks. So, flu medicine, energy drinks, also paracetamol. And then there's paracetamol in here, which goes there again. And then gasoline, which goes here. Yeah. Okay. And then there's also going to be kook that gets outputted over there, but we'll need to use a different handler for that. All right, so kook goes to mixer 5. All right. And then now we have to use these. So it's got to be battery. Mega bean and chilies. Gasoline, battery, mega bean. And we need 4 more stacks of mega beans being outputted there. And he has to revisit the mega bean machine again, which is right here. And then he goes to the last one right there. Okay, so with 10 routes, we were able to set this all up. That's 64 slots, and we're going to want to fill it. However, I need to fill this with batteries, mega bean. We need to go get gasoline, kook, and batteries. You got every customer on the first day, huh? Right on. That's pretty dope when it happens. So, gasoline, kook, and battery. 160 battery. 160 mega bean. And 160 kook. Products. Okay. Oh yeah, I never bought the gasoline. Okay. But we have the batteries and mega beans. And the final ingredient is going to be chilies. So we're going to apply that to all the siblings, and then these have to be made into mega bean slots. Hopefully, everything goes without a hitch, and we have the proper routing. Now, you are our remaining handler, Brian Goodman. So you are gonna have to load up all of those shelves. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So he unloads deliveries, but actually that's gonna have to be his last task. His first task is going to have to be taking drugs and putting them on there. On the first mixer. So I might actually have to move this. Hang on. So her final route goes right there. It's going to be the next guy. These two routes are going to have to change. Yeah. That one's fine. We'll assign it here. Yeah. Yeah, that is the chilies to the appropriate mixer. And we're going to have to switch these. So yeah, let's move this mixing station right here. And then I can fit a shelf right there for the wheat, like for the mushrooms itself. Shroom. Apply to siblings. And this guy's first route has to be taking shrooms from that shelf and putting them on this first mixer. And then all he does after that is he processes the deliveries in order of when they're needed. Yeah, that's the appropriate order right there. So he refills them as they're needed. He also puts product on the first mixer with a top priority for that action. This mixer goes there. This one here. And we need to put mega beans on there. The mixing slot. This is batteries, that, and then we need to do this guy's roots right here. Large storage rack. That's this rack to that mixer. So that's the batteries route. And then this should be the same storage rack right there, because there's beans in there. And then he takes those beans right here. And then he also does the beans here to there, followed by going to that mixing station with the chilies. Okay, so everything should work properly. It should. Let's assign everybody to their lockers. This is a very elaborate 8-step mix setup, but we're going to have like a massive buffer of all the required resources that we need. I need to get 8 stacks of gasoline and 8 stacks of chilies. This is a very, very ambitious setup. All right, 160 chili, 160 gasoline. All in the trunk. Let's go. And then I need to cancel the recurring deliveries at the barn. We need to turn those off. Wait. Oh, not that one. Yeah, we need to keep getting that delivery for sure. And then we need to deactivate the mixing ingredient deliveries. Make it so they stop looping. Okay, the chilies go in here. And the gasoline in the far one on the other side of the room. So we've primed the setup by filling it up completely with everything that it would need for continued operation over a long period of time. And the deliveries that we get will serve the purpose of refilling the storages. Now, one of them is not quite right. Yeah, this guy. There we go. This is outputting to the motel large storage rack. I now need to get out of here. Western Wharf, we got to sell to Kim Delaney, and then we can do our day's end customer analysis and see who must be redirected to the dealers. Who is gonna call for mushrooms now? That's beautiful. Okay. So, Irene, Kevin, Meg, and Greg. None of them are done. George, Jackie, Jennifer, and Kathy. George is done. All right, well, we at least got George. We will assign him to not Molly, but Brad. Okay. Melissa, Carl, Kim. All right, Kim is finally done. Assign Kim to Brad as well. Okay, we made some good progress today on customers being passed over to the dealers, and we built our 8-step mixing setup. I'm gonna wanna go change the name of my Scooby Snacks mix or something. I don't need to install a whole mod for this. Apparently it's something you can just do in the files anyway. Yeah. We're gonna have to let our mushrooms produce for a bit. Okay, so I'm gonna take cover back here while I crouch and sit, and let's do a little bit of digging here. How to rename mixes, schedule 1 files. Local low, okay. Saves, save game. Products created products. I know where that is. I might not want to change this while I'm actually in the game, though. Right, let's quit the game. All right. Okay. What is this? Unlisted discovered products. God, this takes a lot of input. But at least there's a way to do it. Oh my God. How many lines of the same code do you really need? Holy shit. I don't know anything about game development, but this is Insanity. Oh god, wait. It's going through every customer, isn't it? Oh, fuck. Yeah, it looks like it's going through every single fucking customer. So I'm just gonna copy and paste. Here. Copy. I can do this. It is annoying. I wish I didn't have to do this, but it is what it is. If we do this, then I'll be able to... Oh my fucking god. If we do this, then I should be able to rename my new 8-step mix, you know, Scooby Snacks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and eventually 8. And as long as we're not doing it with the mod, this is actually the one way to do it where there's the least chance of a glitch. Believe it or not, as long as I don't misclick or mistype anything, this is the most surefire way. I can't rely on somebody else's coding, not the same way that I can rely on mine, right? Like a mod presents the possibility that it might not be compatible with the recent update where you get experience for every mix. The customer list will run down soon. I wonder if there's going to be other lines of code that I'll have to do besides just the customers. I'm going to move this down here. Yeah, it's closer. That's better. Quit coding. Kyle Cooley. Oh my god, dude, this is... I hate this. Maybe the mod could have done it faster, but I felt like it would be less risky. And I didn't think I'd have to go through every single customer, right? Oh my god. Still not over. This is insane. How much further is it gonna go? Oh my god, dude. Like, it's actually just getting painful now, man. I'm like stuck in like a modding hell. What have I done? I've like, this is like a Faustian pact of coding. Maybe I should have tried the fucking mod. But as long as it works properly, I'll be happy with it after. Oh my god. What if I go like this? Find next tab. No, that doesn't work. Yeah, I have to manually highlight it, which is the problem. Good god, this is mind-numbing. This is why it's funner to make games than it is, or this is why it's funner to play games than it is to make them. Come on. We gotta be nearing the end, man. We gotta be. We just gotta be. I hope this isn't like just a saved reservoir of all of my deals that I've made so far. Have we seen like the same customer multiple times? Oh god, I have seen Carl Bundy before. How long does this go on for? Oh god, it does just keep fucking going. I can't. I'm not going to save this. No, we're just going to install that mod because this is honestly getting ridiculous. I don't remember what that mod is called though. Curtis, do you know what that mod is? The mixing mod? All right, I'll see you soon, sweetie. And congratulations on getting the job. I love you. I'll see you very soon. Okay, product remover. Product manager, is this the one? I think this is the one. All right, well, we're going to install this. Let me take a look at the requirements for the mod. Melon Loader 7.0. We have that. Manual download. Open the mods folder. I'm not going to... Oh, fuck. Why did it log me out? I don't even remember my Nexus password. It's one of those websites where, like, your password has to be this weird jumble of shit, right? Like, it's really hard to remember because they force you to have, like, exclamation points, question marks, capital letters, fucking Jewish grandfathers. Like, it doesn't... It's stupid. I'm gonna have to turn off my display because I actually have an email that contains my password because it's so hard to... Like, I can't remember it. I can't fucking remember it, right? So I literally have to go in here and copy paste it. It's retarded. It shouldn't be that way, but it is. I personally feel like if you have so many rules that somebody has to write down their password, it defeats the purpose. All right, there we go. I'll turn on my display again. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to add this mod to my mod list in the descriptions until we know that it more or less works. So we've added the product manager mod. And now I'm going to close this. And then we're going to open the game. We're going to test out the mod and we're going to see what happens. Thank you very much, Curtis. I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, we got it. Okay. So let's try this out. The product manager mod. This is, you know, let's see how convenient it is compared to what I was just doing. Now, granted, I might not have had to do all those deletions. I think that was just deal history. It's possible that I could have just changed the name of the products in the list and that would have been it, instead of going through every single historic deal, right? So, product manager. Products. Mushrooms. I'm gonna have to wait before I delete it. Only because we're still trying to use up all the mixing ingredients and the deliveries at the barn. But maybe I can go help them out by bringing some mixing stations over there. Yeah, so let's deposit those. Grab these mixing stations, because I definitely don't really need any meth anymore. And let's just get over there. I can try to help speed it up, right? We're going to be pretty much spending all day over there just trying to finish up the deliveries. Okay, it looks like this delivery is almost done, at least. The deliveries for mixing ingredients are no longer recurring. So, like, yeah. We could leave this setup here. Once that van has been emptied. Or I could just delete the excess ingredients. Which would be wasteful, granted, but we could do it. Okay. Yeah, let's just get rid of all this shit. All right, so all of our new mushrooms produced are gonna have to go to a different destination. So let's take all of these drying racks. Buddy over there is stuck, and I don't know why. All right, bungalow. All the mushrooms get outputted into there. Large storage closet at the other property. He's just totally stuck, it looks like. Yeah, I figured that might be an issue sooner or later. But I guess it's all right. I mean, whatever, right? Hang on. Deliveries. Gasmart West. So I think I can get 40 of each ingredient. So 40 kook, 40 battery, 40 energy drink and gasoline, 40 megabean, 40 paracetamol, 40 flu medicine, and 40 chilies. And if I increase that by 1, oh, maybe, wait. Bungalow. Yeah, order is too large. Okay, so that's the exact amount. We have all 8 ingredients for the mix. Battery, kook, gasoline, megabean, paracetamol, flu medicine, chili, energy drink. Okay, so bungalow to slot 1. Done. And then we need to do the same thing here. So 40. So the bungalow order is too large. Okay, we got it. So we're gonna want to click repeat on both of those. All of this is just extra shit, I suppose. Like, we don't really need it. I'll take that, put it here. All right, we got to go do these deals. But I'm going to take some of these. Let's toke up. Okay. Destroyed RV, Central Canal, South Overpass. No, Graveyard. Yeah, I only have 3 Scooby Snacks on me right now, so. But we do have more bagged up in the motel. let's go grab more mushrooms. Yeah, we're gonna test out the product manager app here today. We're all gonna see together how it works, whether it causes problems for the game. I'm not too worried about it. I gotta admit, I'm very fulfilled. I'm extremely fulfilled in this playthrough. And, you know, I'm still looking forward to the update with the dynamic weather. There's probably gonna be more perks and quirks in that update than just the weather, so we'll see. But yeah, this playthrough, we did everything I wanted to do. And we're gonna keep this world. This is our forever world, like I said. Like, we can test out various builds here, right? All right, there we go. So I'm gonna fill up the entire container of mushrooms for additional priming. Oh, it's already fucking full. Look at that. Okay. I guess I'll delete these. All right, once those deliveries start getting here, that's when we'll be good to go. I don't know what the effects might be if I like delete a mix while I still have leftover product. I don't know what's gonna happen there. So a part of me feels like it might be wise to delete all my mushrooms before I go and delete the product entries, to try and smooth out the transition, you know? We just have so many bricks, and I would like to sell them, but maybe I could rename them, and then I don't actually have to, like, delete them. You know what I mean? Oh my god, it works. Waste 1. Waste 2. Yeah, it looks like it works just fine. So we renamed all of our mushrooms, and they now have the name given. Except for the deals that we currently have scheduled, like this one in front of the motel and the Central Canal. But it's still the same product as far as the game's code is concerned. It hasn't broken anything. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, buddy. How are you doing? Better, right? I'd imagine after those cuddles. Okay. Yeah, that mod, so far, I would say it's perfect. It seems to have changed what I wanted to change in a very user-friendly way. I was able to use the fucking UI in-game instead of poking around in the files. It was very straightforward, very simple to do. So, you know what? I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I think I would vouch for the mod. I would vouch for its stability and function so far after using it, but we'll see how it goes over time when I rename a new mix to Scooby Snacks, because really that's going to be the main test, whether or not it has fully removed the Scooby Snacks risk. Yeah, I just don't want her to slow me down. All right. All right. So our deals for right now are done. Let's check our products list. Or sorry, let's run through the list of customers. Although I might want to wait until I'm not wanted, dead or alive anymore. Although it doesn't look like any other cops are coming, so maybe we're okay. Let's just duck and cover right here. Messages. Irene, Kevin, Lisa, and Greg. Lisa's done. Okay, well, we can assign Lisa to Jane. And then Jackie, Meg, Jennifer, and Kathy. Jackie's done. Okay, Jackie is Suburbia. She goes to Waylong. Nice. The customer list is getting smaller. Marco, Walter, Melissa, and Carl. Marco is done. Walter is done. And Carl. God damn, that's awesome. Okay, so Marco, Walter, and Carl are all done. Marco. Walter. And Carl. That's sick. Yeah, that's really awesome. 3 out of the 4 customers in that little section were all done at the same time. Anyway, I'd imagine the mixing ingredients have arrived. Yes, arrived and waiting. Fair enough. Let's get over there to the bungalow and try to start our 8-step fully automated mix. I'm pretty excited to just get it started and watch it for a while. Maybe how aggressive the cops are and how quickly they see you depends on what day of the week it is. Because right now it's Friday night. Maybe the cops see you faster if it's Friday night. And maybe that would explain what we've been going through where they like see us really fast, you know? It could. Theoretically, it could explain it. Hang on. I need to grab a bed from storage and then we can get started. And I'm gonna want to pay the handlers first before I pay the chemists. We're gonna want to let everything fill up properly. And then it's just as simple as pressing the power button for the chemists. Yeah, let's go pay the handlers. There they go. It is nice to have the factory coming alive. Ugh, I just hit myself with the machete. Yo, I thought that would have been fixed by now. It's crazy. Although I guess it's not really a critical bug. It's not a permadeath game in its nature, so like, it's not that big a deal. Let's drink a kook. Actually, no, I don't want to drink a kook because then I won't be able to sleep. Okay, it looks like everything is ready. We're gonna go to sleep and then we're gonna pay the chemists. All right, everybody's got 5 days wages. Yeah. Okay, so it's officially started, but we're gonna have to name every step of the mix. So for today, I am an overseer, and I am overseeing the efficiency of this setup. I'll be back in time to name that product, and maybe we'll schedule all of our deals for late tonight. I'm gonna grab Brad's cash because we will have to restart laundering soon. I need 60 grand for the restarting of the laundering process. Oh, Benji had 40 grand. All right, 10K deposit. That's insane. I don't think I've ever seen a dealer with that much money before. Right on, Curtis. You just need your coffee now, eh? All right, this is done. So, Scooby Snacks 1. Mix already exists. That could be an issue. Let's save the game. Yeah, see, I renamed all those. So we'll have to wait and see. That's a problem with the mod right there, potentially. But let's see if I quit and load back in, if it kind of corrects itself. Ultimately, whether or not this mod works for us is going to depend on whether or not we can get the, you know, the Scooby Snacks name transferred over to a different product. Oh, okay, it looks like it works after you log out. So Scooby Snacks 1. Wait. No, we got an issue here. We definitely have a glitch happening. Yeah, there is a glitch. So it's not foolproof, buddy. It is not foolproof at all. It definitely has problems. I could try like deleting the product, but yeah, there's something wrong with the picture as well. And it still has the previous recipe for Scooby Snacks. This is weird, dude. Yeah, this ain't quite right. It's not even... Okay, well, that started mixing, but yeah, it's not perfect, dude. This mod is pretty strange. Let me just go into the files here one more time. Yeah, see, this right here is the issue. It changes it on the surface. But it doesn't change it under the hood. So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna do all this. And hopefully this will, because yeah, that mod is only superficial. It's It doesn't actually fix it in the files, you know? So product list, waste. Yeah, this is probably what we have to do. Yeah, and I don't need to change nearly as many of these as I thought I would have to before. Not really. I'm just going to copy that. Yeah, we just have to change it on the product side. We don't have to change it on the customer side. So let's see if I can do a better job than the mod did. We don't need to change this. So that's the first thing that we don't need to change. Let's save that document now. And then we're going to delete this mod. It may not be a successful mod for us, boys. And hopefully my file tinkering will get it done. All right, let's see if we can rename the mix now that I've done that under the hood file manipulation. Yeah, all of these are called like waste 1 to 3, and then boom. Okay, it looks like the file tinkering is the way to go. You just have to change a few lines of code. You don't have to go all the way down the list like I was doing before. That's not how it is. Anyway, we're just going to let this guy work at his own pace. I'm not going to help him and make it faster or anything. I want them to have their own natural rhythm. And I just have to come back here every once in a while to make sure that I'm like renaming the next step of the mix. And we have to hit the looping button on all of the deliveries. My morning is good, Chris. It's good. I've been up for a long time. I got up at like 5:30 in the morning because of Zuzi's loud-ass cousins upstairs. Now, unfortunately, all of our products are deleted. All of our mushrooms, like the 4-mix mushrooms, are gone. But we're about to have 8-step mushrooms anyway, so it's like whatever, right? Oh, that's pretty crazy. I don't even have those mushrooms, and here I am scheduling deals where they're asking for them. Oopsie. Okay. Well, it's fine. Whatever. Yeah, we just won't do those deals. We'll wait until we have our 8-step mix. Until then, I'm going to delist these products. Yeah, the mod is a no-go, buddy. It worked when I did it file side, but it didn't work when I deleted the mixes mod side. Yeah, the mod doesn't do a good enough job of cleaning up the files. I even tried quitting the game and loading back in after I deleted the prior mixes, and it didn't work. Scooby Snacks 2. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be like an engine that slowly revs up the further it goes. They're outputting all the supplies appropriately where they belong. Yeah, this guy is gonna always be here pretty much, and he'll never be walking back. As long as, I don't know, I have to determine the pace of how fast mixing ingredients can get here and get restocked. That's why I added this buffer, right? I think that after the buffer wears out, this must be what he was talking about. I think 7-Pack was talking about this. You eventually have to like stop the whole thing and then refill it. There's not a, you can't get enough ingredients here to keep it going, right? Like you just can't get enough ingredients to keep it going the whole time, but he said that you can do a lot in that time. All right, our dealers are running out of product, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring them some of the meth that we have. And I'll bet some of the other dealers, they still have plenty of weed. Yeah, he's still got 7 bricks. Where's Benji? Right here. We'll give him 5 bricks of meth. Molly's doing good. Brad's doing good. Oh yeah, most of the dealers have a shitload of product. It's just Leo and Benji that are running low. So we're gonna give them 5 bricks of meth each, and we'll be able to give them our 8-step mix mushrooms soon. But I have to head back to the bungalow so I can finalize the 3rd step of the mix. There you go. How's your morning? Well, I guess you had a good morning, right? Yeah, you said your good day. You got cuddles with the wife, you have your coffee, you're on cloud 9. Okay, there's Scooby Snacks 3. All right, next step is starting now. I did play Sunless Skies today. Yes, I did. I played for a long time and we got like the super powerful ship and we upgraded the shit out of it. But it was a really quiet stream. I had like 20 to 30 viewers all day. Eventually I started playing Schedule 1, but my viewership didn't get much better. We got like we're at like 60 right now. It's been a really quiet day, so much so to the extent where I think I might be shadow banned for the day, like platform side, which, you know, fair enough. I was disparaging Muslims yesterday, calling them towel heads and shit, after all the terrorism news we're hearing lately. But it is what it is. I'm racist. Well, not really. I'm prejudiced against the Muslims because I think they have a very violent faith on its face. And I think that they're bad faith citizens in any society that is not aligned with their belief system. But that is all to say, I believe I've been shadow banned for that monologue I gave yesterday, which now I suppose I've also given today. So I'll see half of you tomorrow. All right. Scooby Snacks 4. I suppose I could just fucking pass this along, do it myself. Yeah. I do worry about causing a time disparity, though, if I do that. What, you like Muslims, Bluntsmith? Okay, I got a joke for you. I got a joke just for you, Bluntsmith. What do you call a Muslim cobbler? Allahu Akbar. What do you call a Muslim who works in a food truck? Allahu Snackbar. What do you call a drug-addicted Muslim? Allahu Crackbar. Scooby Snacks. I believe this is step 5. Move it over. What do you call a Muslim commander in the rebellion fleet? Allahu Akbar. Right? Like Admiral Akbar. That's funny because it's actually like it's the same word. It's like Akbar, but it's like it's a synonym. You know what I mean? It's synonym comedy. Definitely shadow banned now. Yeah. Scooby Snacks 6. Yeah, I'm still waiting for positive media representation for Muslims. So far, all I ever hear about them is that they shot people, stabbed people, fucking threw acid on people. Like, I'm not hearing about, like, well, and also I read the Quran, so that works against me too. Because I literally remember verbatim there is a passage where it says, slay the non-believers, slay them in their homes, slay them wherever you find them. I will literally look up this passage right now. Islam, Quran, slay the non-believers passage. Kill the polytheists wherever you find them. Yeah. Because apparently, in Islam, the one thing God despises the most is polytheism. Because apparently God is so immature and petty that the idea of sharing glory with another fictitious entity greatly offends him. God is petty, apparently, according to Muslims. That's okay, I still know how to find the channel, yeah. I will cast horror into the hearts of the disbelievers. So strike their necks and strike their fingertips. Yeah, slay the unbelievers wherever you find them. Muslims must not take infidels as friends. Right? It's crazy bad. Like, the Islam faith is the original radical ideology. I don't know why so many people attribute that, like, radical, violent designation to Christianity, when really the Crusades were just Christians defending themselves against bloodthirsty, murderous, animal Muslims. Like, straight up, that's exactly what it was. All right, we have our new Scooby snacks. Here we go. Right on. It has the appropriate throughput. So now, let's go to deliveries. Bungalow, battery kook, flu medicine, that's the one. We're gonna make that a repeating delivery over and over again. And then right as soon as this delivery is empty, we have to make it a repeating one too. But so far, we've created our very first batch ever. And I might want to actually do a backwards designation. Hang on. We're going to do a backwards designation so that they keep things moving forward. Yeah, I think that backwards routes will work better for this. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Yeah, no one wants to have that conversation, eh? I don't understand why necessarily there's so much hate out there for Christians and Jews, and there's so much apologists. Like, there's so many apologists for Muslims when probably 9 out of 10 of religious violence is committed by a Muslim. You know, I just don't get it. Oh my god, he was right. 7-pack was right. You want to do it backwards. You want to assign them to the last mixer first, and then work your way backwards. That's exactly how you want to do it. Okay, good. We're almost done with all these ingredients, and now this is going to keep on running in perpetuity until we run out of supplies. We will run out of supplies, even with the buffer, unfortunately. But the buffer kind of like allowed it to run for a while before we ran out of supplies, to give us that jump start on bricks and shit, right? You don't practice or follow any beliefs, eh? I'm sure you have beliefs. I'm sure you try the conventional, just be kind, be decent, be respectful, honor life. Okay, let's go to the list here. So we now have 8-step mix Scooby snacks. 312. Half of 312 is 156. 68. Hang on. I'm just gonna fucking use the calculator. So much easier. 312 times 1.5 is 468. So we're gonna sell these for 465 each. Beautiful. And right as soon as that chili is taken out of the van, I gotta save it as a recurring delivery. It'll be right after this gets started. Beautiful. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we now have a completely automated setup. If we just leave things, then we're gonna constantly get bricks of 8-step mix mushrooms. Just endlessly. Fucking endlessly, it's gonna happen. Am I using someone else's layout? No, I am not. No, I designed that one on my own. Yeah, it turns out you get more storage space in the same amount of area if you use the 2 large storage closets instead of the huge storage closet. Interestingly enough. All right, we have to package these Scooby snacks. I'm going to be getting calls today for stuff. Yeah, I gotta go buy baggies. I would say fundamentally I'm probably a Christian, you know? I think that a lot of the virtues Christ had are worth living by. Flip over tables and banks, care for the sick and the poor. You know, that kind of shit. Hell of a lot better than cutting off the heads of an infidel, I'll tell you that. Okay, Scooby snacks. Beautiful. We're gonna start selling our first Scooby snacks right now. All right, so he's gonna grab baggies and unpackage Scooby snacks from there. All right, there we go. We have our first ever Scooby Snacks 8-step mix. Okay, very nice. Let's take a look at the effects. Oh yeah. Yo, he's getting like sick. Zombifying. Yeah, we're selling these quite well, buddy. Let's go next to the courthouse, behind the pawn shop. Kevin is done. And Irene. I wonder if having an 8-step mix is going to speed it up. Either way, let's assign them. We'll give Kevin to Wei Long. And Irene to Leo. We're almost done. The entire town is almost addicted to our mushrooms, our 8-step mix. Yeah, I would say I pretty much am a Christian. If not in practice, then at least in like affiliation, You know, I fall short in a lot of fucking ways. Even the way I talk about Muslims is like, Christ would probably hate it, you know, for real. Like, I'll admit it, whatever. But, I don't know. I think it's truthful that the Islamic faith is a bad faith. And that it's in bad faith whenever it finds itself in a society that does not share its values. That Islamists are bad actors in any civilization that does not align with their values to the letter. Is Meg done? Yeah, she is. Holy shit. We're finishing with everybody right now. Okay. So Meg can't be assigned to any dealer from around here. I think I'll keep the shop keeps. So Chloe is going to be our customer. We'll give, well, no, Meg as well. Meg is going to remain our customer also, followed by Javier and Charles. Yeah, and then Brad, I think, has a couple Westvilles, George and Kim. We're going to give George and Kim to Molly. And then Brad gets a couple downtownies, Jennifer Riviera and Greg. All the dealers are fully assigned. I need to unload Melissa Wood onto a dealer. So what? Chloe, Charles, Meg, and Javier. We have all of them. Okay, she's 9 out of 10, so she can take Melissa. Jeremy Wilkinson, Suburbia. He's not assigned? Okay. Charles, Meg, Javier, Chloe. We give Peter to Benji. Waylong loses Kevin Oakley, receives Jeremy Wilkinson. And I suppose I'll just take George. And then give Molly Kevin. Yeah. All right, let's go check on things over here. The deliveries should be infinitely looping. Both for mushroom production and for mixing. We literally have a fully automated setup here. As long as I keep all of the employees paid in perpetuity, then we're good. And we can start giving bricks of this shit to the customers. All right, the mixing operation is starting to slow down now. It's starting to slow down. I was raised Christian too. I I think I outgrew like the church growing portion, like the church going portion of it, but I never lost the belief that like probably the virtues that Christ has are things I should try to emulate, or at least look down on myself whenever I know on its face that I failed to live up to those sort of ideals. Yeah, I would say I view Christianity and Christ more as like aspirations of behavior, and I do really like to believe in heaven. Heaven sounds dope as fuck, you know? A soul society that you have to repent in order to get there. And if you do, you get to see all your loved ones again, like your pets and your family members that you miss. Get to play new video games forever. Yeah, that would be dope. Okay, well, I don't know what the hell to do at this point. We're good. Like, we rule Highland Point now. We have 8-step mixed Scooby snacks. And once we give every dealer a brick of the Scooby snacks, like, I don't think they'll ever run out of product. I think our production is fast enough to cover everybody. Way Long, however, I don't think he's selling any weed to the suburbias. Because not all of the suburbias will actually pay. Looks like he's keeping them addicted just fine. Yeah, fair enough. I guess they are buying weed once in a while, but it's only green crack, so it can only go so far. I'm probably gonna give him some bricks of Scooby snacks. How do you get shrooms? You can make shrooms. Yeah, you can make them, buddy. Yeah, when you unlock the downtown customers, you're gonna unlock a quest for well, after you get the downtown customers. You have to make friends with the downtown customers first, and then eventually they'll tell you about Fungal Phil. And once you know about Fungal Phil, you can start to make mushrooms. That's also when you can get the air conditioning units to make your weed and coke setups better. My laundering operations are almost done. Thankfully, I have a vast surplus of available cash. Way Long. All right. So Way Long is the first to receive the Scooby snacks. He also has Fool's Gold, but I think I might take the Fool's Gold and just let him sell the Scooby snacks and see how slowly they go. We're giving him 60 on Sunday night. So this world, we're just gonna keep this world forever. Yeah, this is gonna be our forever world, and anytime we want to like test out a build or whatever, we're gonna do it here. All right, Leo's gonna be fine for a while. Hell yeah, buddy. We're getting many bricks of Scooby snacks per day. I don't know exactly how many. We're gonna get less as the deliveries slow down. I know that for sure, but like that's kind of okay, you know? I didn't quite get there yet. I'm gonna run around all day and try to sell some of these so that we can get to Kingpin before the end of the day. I want to reach Kingpin if I can. Hell yeah, buddy. No problem. We'll have a good old-fashioned day of slinging. Like the old days. I'm gonna make new worlds for playthroughs, yes, definitely. Like from update to update. Yeah, update to update, we're gonna play new worlds to explore the update. And I'll keep this one just for whenever we want to test a build or experiment with new mechanics, like maybe he comes out with new drugs and we want to create a setup for that new drug and see how it works, and, you know, yeah. A persistent forever world to go with all the other new ones that we're gonna make. Best of both worlds. Brad is out of product, so you know what? We're gonna bring Brad some mushrooms. We have some bricks. We'll load them up. Way Long did 2 deals, and each deal he only sold 1 Scooby snack, and I like that. That's pretty cool. Fuck yeah, buddy. Yeah, we're gonna reach Kingpin today, and the customers will have a lot of money for whenever we're, you know, testing shit. Products. Molly is running low. Benji's still got a lot of meth. We're gonna try to phase out all the weed. And the meth, really. We're done with both. Oh man, this town is just feasting on my mushroom. Oh, sorry, buddy. All right, where were we, Bruce, huh? Where were we, buddy? Jennifer's back here. But I can't get in. There we go. I picked the lock. Shit, I keep on clicking the sewer key thing. I hope that one day Tyler moves the sewer key option for Jen to number 2. That'd be better. All right, we sold a lot already. We're probably already Kingpin rank. It is fun, isn't it? It really is. Yeah, Sunless Skies is it's a wonderful game. It's very dated. Like, it's got a lot of problems. Like, the devs made some dumbass decisions with some of the mechanics and some of the ways that things work. Like, partial success is incorrectly named. It should be called partial failure. And as a mechanic, I think it's just retarded. I can make a very strong case against it. Also, whenever your hold is full, it forces you to throw something away instead of like filling your fuel with the barrel of fuel that you're throwing away first, so that you're not throwing away an entire barrel of it, right? Like, there's little things like that, but I find overall, by and large, it is a good game. It's really great, and it's aged well despite those holes. Yeah. The only thing that really sucks about the game is that you can't mod those things, I don't think. If you can, then it's not a popular enough game for a modding community to have taken root. All right, yeah, this is still just going constantly. I like it. He's gonna activate that, and then he's gonna go over here and pass on those Scooby snacks to the motel for continued processing. Yeah, everything has really slowed down here. And over time, they're gonna like gradually use up all of the ingredients that are here. The surplus will go away and it's gonna get reduced to a trickle, kind of like this huge storage chest right here. But giving it that buffer that we did was really useful. It allowed us to get ahead of the game. I'm basically trying to go to every dealer, grab their weed, and give them weed or meth, and give them the Scooby snacks instead. They may make less money though. There's a lot of things I don't understand still. I may as well leave Benji with this. I don't understand affinity all that much. Affinity might determine how often a customer calls you. So let's say you have somebody who will order mushrooms, but their affinity is very low, like this guy, right? 0.1 affinity for Scooby snacks. I don't know if that means he'll call you every day at max addiction or not, right? It's possible that just having an affinity above 0 means that they will call you every day if their addiction meter is at 100%, but I don't really know for sure. I'm just taking a look at Wei Long over here. He's only made 2. Oh, okay, he made 2 more deals. Never mind. Yeah, I think it's okay. I think that as long as you have their addiction meter at 100% and they have a baseline above 0 affinity for the drug, then yeah, they'll call like every day. as you can see, the paracetamol and gasoline are like getting reduced in quantity available. Yeah, it's happening. We have little refills here and there, but over time, the amount of stuff on the shelves will reduce. Well, we definitely got Kingpin rank today. All right, let's just go to sleep. Hell yeah, Kingpin. All right, we now have a Kingpin world. It's all good. Nobody is nearly out of product. Except Molly, actually, but yeah, we can give her more bricks. We just gotta wait for 2 more bricks to get here. Yeah, I will be popping off of here soon, I think. Hopefully tomorrow we get a better turnout for Sunless Skies. I started exploring some of the harder regions today for the first time ever. Trying to learn where to mitigate my terror in those harder regions, for example. Like, and I want to keep on playing in those harder regions now that we've gotten, like, an end game ship. We don't have all the end game parts, though. Like, there's a lot of parts I still have to work really hard to get, but yeah, hopefully we have a better turnout for Sunless Skies tomorrow. I'll play the shit out of it. Ugh. Now, what's up with the mushrooms here? Well, we might have used all them up. But are we still gonna get a delivery of more? Let's go check on the barn. You know what? There might actually be no more wages in their boxes over at the barn. I didn't even think about that. We'll go see. Get an idea of what's happening. I see a lot of people standing still. Yeah, it's a wage problem. Okay. So Walter, what do you do? Christopher is mixing station, mushroom spawner. He loads that storage rack, that one, and that one. Doesn't need to do that, doesn't need to load the mixing station. You are just mixing stations, eh? Yeah, this guy is not even needed anymore. So we'll just send him to the warehouse, I suppose. Or the storage unit, whichever. As long as he's not here. And let's go pay Christopher's wages. All right. We don't need that chemist here anymore either. All right, yeah, we have a little bit of a backup, but that's okay. Yeah, they're gonna send a lot of mushrooms over to the bungalow for processing. They already are sending a lot of the mushrooms to the bungalow for processing. Okay. So, there we go. Man, we did such a good job with this barn setup. It's crazy how all of this is, like, pointless, though. I'll take more of these mushrooms over to the bungalow. And then we'll delete the rest, whatever can't immediately fit on the shelf. Might be that the shelf is full, but again, I don't need all these mushrooms in the box. What kind of job did Susie get? I'm pretty sure she's like, I honestly don't even know. I think she like stocks shelves or something, or no, takes inventories. Yeah, she takes inventory. Once she gets here, we can ask her if I'm still live by then. Yeah, we're just gonna get rid of all these heavenly mushrooms. We don't need them. Garbage loot. All right. Here you go, George. Okay, we got 2 spare lockers, but our setup is good. Our setup is good. I feel like I heard 7-Pack say something. I kind of want to use my van to refill the first shelves. Because the first shelves, I don't know, it might actually help now if I refill those first shelves one more time. Because this number of Cokes hasn't changed. So let's get 8 paracetamol. Maybe just 6 of each ingredient. Up to Coke. So paracetamol, gasoline, Coke. Energy drinks and flu. I'll get energy drinks and flu first. Yeah, if we fill in those gaps, it might like level out and there might always be mixing ingredients there, you know? Let's just get 8 of each and fill up the shelves fully. Load into vehicle. Load into vehicle. And then I can put another 8 of the next step in my inventory, so 160 paracetamol. Right, I don't even need to have fool's gold listed as a product anymore. That's cool. Okay, let's favorite the Scooby snacks here. Okay, delete those. Get rid of that. Yeah, this buffer might help it to stop running out and always be full now that it's up and running, right? I don't know for sure, but I noticed that it stopped depleting after we got to about here. So we're gonna put all the ingredients in there. I need kook and gasoline. 5 gasoline and 3 kook. Oh, fuck. Right. We got a deal for Chloe, so she's not where she should be. But I think Charles might be going to the gas mart now to get to work. It is pretty cool now how you can actually have a fully automated 8-step mix. In the past, that wasn't really possible. However, it must be noted that I needed mods to do it. I think I only needed one mod though, and it's the mod that allows you to transfer product from one property to another. Yeah, so I can make mushrooms in the barn and then teleport it over to the bungalow, right? And then I can have the mixed weed get teleported from the bungalow all the way to the motel for packaging. That's the one thing though. So if we simply had delivery drivers, then this sort of no, there's 2 mods, sorry. I'm wrong. There's a second mod that's making it possible, and that's repeating deliveries, right? I can set a delivery to infinitely loop and refresh itself. All right. 140 gasoline loaded into the vehicle. 140 coke. Damn it. I'm stuck in here. Okay, the kook is full, the gasoline is full. I think now we might have achieved some sort of like homeostasis with it. Maybe it'll stay still, I don't really know. I can't even check what's inside that container. I'm not sure. Definitely mega beans, probably batteries and mega beans, yeah. I can't restock the batteries in there. But we might have better throughput now that I've done that. Pretty much the whole time. Yeah, that's the one problem with this build, is that I'm not able to reach into that shelf in the back in order to replenish it. But it is what it is. Let's park the van. All right. Here you go. Holy shit. Yeah, Way Long is selling those Scooby snacks like nice and slow, and if we get a good stockpile of bricks, you know, I don't know if I can get enough bricks for every dealer, but I think I can. It's been multiple days. Yeah, we gave all of those bricks to Way Long, 3 bricks on Sunday night. It is now Tuesday night, and he's only gone through a quarter of them. That means that on average, it would take him, 8 days, over a week, to get through 3 bricks, and we're producing far more than that. Oh yeah, we can easily outfit every dealer with Scooby snacks. Well, we're graduated from the meth. We're not even gonna sell that anymore. I'm gonna equip all the dealers with some of it. Where's Molly? Actually, shit, let's use my phone app. Yeah, we'll summon all the dealers to me. Except for him. All right, so all the dealers are now converging on my location. They'll be here soon. Here's Molly right now. Fuck. Hang on. I have to call her again. Yeah. Otherwise, it'll glitch out. Wait. Alright, she's good. She's not glitched out. Here he is. Yeah, we're literally just deleting all of this old product so we can start giving everybody Scooby snacks. I glitched out Leo, but that doesn't matter right now. We're about to save and quit anyway. He'll reset to his original position and regain full function soon. So every dealer now just has Scooby snacks. Right on. Can I fix him? Are you going? No? All right. Well, all the customers are equipped. When am I gonna start selling coke? Never. Shaggy doesn't believe in that, bro. No, Shaggy doesn't like that. He just wants to sell his Scooby snacks. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, I'm gonna pop off of here now. It's been a very full, productive day. I'm getting tired. It's early. I know it's early. It's only 20 after 4, but I'm pretty underslept. I'm gonna get a good rest tonight, and tomorrow we'll be back. I'm gonna start the day with sunless skies. Try to continue having a lot of fun in that. Hopefully there's a better turnout than today. And Schedule 1, I don't think I'm gonna be playing Schedule 1 tomorrow. Now we're gonna turtle up and we're gonna wait for that update, right? We need that update, big time. Yeah, we need the update for the dynamic weather. We're gonna start a new playthrough, but anytime that we want to test out a new build or a new product, anytime we want to explore the new content of a new update that requires production, we're gonna pop into this world and we're going to do just that. Anyway, everybody, take care, rock on, and peace out for now. I hope you all have a good night and a wonderful sleep or a terrific rest of your day, depending on the hemisphere you call home, and I'll see you in the next episode. All right, and remember to keep love alive, live to forgive, and let redemption ride shotgun.